Here we go.
I'm good right here.
That's not this type of show. Hi, everybody. Shane Wells, everybody. She's very sick. Hi, everybody. Boop. I should have just hugged Evan today. There we go. Thank you, everybody. Have a seat. Thank you. Big show today. Let's get started. Thank you. Boop. Thank you, everybody. Have a seat. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a seat. Let's get started. Let's get started, everybody. Welcome to the show. She's a little under the weather today, thus the reason we didn't do our ceremonial hug. Ladies and gentlemen, my little carrier monkey, Shane Wells, everybody. There we go. How you doing?
My children. They're the carrier
What is
monkeys.
happening, Shane? What is going on?
I just for anyone who wants to email and be like, don't go to work when you're sick. I was actually feeling okay when I woke up.
Yeah.
It's just been a real quick downhill spiral.
And that happens. It's just a little cold.
Yeah.
I feel bad. In the meeting, you had 8 boxes of Kleenex. I felt horrible for you. So yeah. So Shane's gonna stick around. Yeah. We'll do
keep one
hot
close.
dish, and then we'll give you some cream caca, and you can get out of here. That's right.
Now
yeah.
we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody. We're very excited because we're very lucky. You know, when you do a show like this, and it's a small local show at first, and it's hard to get stars to come in because they don't know who we are, Shane, right? They don't know who we are.
Nope.
And it's like, who are you? But she's become a good friend of ours, and she is the queen of percussion. She is a pop music icon. Sheila E is in the studio today, everybody. I love her. That's right. I'll tell you the story when she comes out again. I can't wait to see her because I was in Chicago this weekend and I was at a bar and I was seeing a drag show and the first queen came out. What did she perform? Sheila E, Glamorous Life. Yeah. And I screamed. I was freaking out. That's right. She came out and I was like, that's my girl. I know Sheila E. And everyone's around me like, sure you know Sheila E. I go, no, I forget it. Yeah, anyway, so she's coming out a little bit later. So, well, yesterday, before we get started with the hot dish, we made a fun, big announcement yesterday about our show. You know, we've been nationally on Hulu over the past few months, but we've heard from you, and I know some of you don't have the subscription to Hulu, and we want the show to be available to as many of you as we can. So Fox has changed course. We are not going to be on Hulu. We are going to be on a brand. No. This is good news. This is good news. We are now on YouTube. We are on a brand new, our brand new YouTube channel now. Which is it's going to be so much easier because more of you have YouTube across the country watching us. You don't need a subscription. And also, we can put episodes up, full episodes, same day. Plus, we're going to be creating this is what we're excited about, a lot of exclusive content just for YouTube. Photographer Eric may get his own show with this banjo. I mean, we're going to, Now, but here's the problem. Go ahead, Leo, roll it. I made this video yesterday. Oh, by the way, that's my house. My little festive house, yeah. So I made this video because there's been a problem with trying to find the right account. When you search, okay,
why is my face up on there?
You do not want that one. When you search for The Jason Show on YouTube, you do not want that one with my face logo. Scroll down. You want that one with the official logo of me drinking. Look for me drink, and that's that kid that my mini-me. I love him. But click on that, and then this is what you'll see. This is how you know you're right. You'll see that art at the top of the page. Hit subscribe right there, please. Do that today, and you'll get all of our exclusive content, and you see it right there. Full episodes every day, and they'll be posted around 2 or 3 o'clock. So thanks for your continued support. We really appreciate it. All of you watching around the country, it means a great deal to us. Thanks to the Jason Show fan club for spreading the message as well. Let's get started with the hot dish, everybody. Here we go. Yes. Today, first up, it's been 15 years since Madonna made a guest appearance on Will and Grace, but it seems one cast member doesn't have fond memories of that visit. Ladies and gentlemen, this story definitely calls...
Oh, no, she didn't.
That's the legendary Jason Show drama horn. Sean Hayes was a guest on the Late Late Show with James Corden last night, and he was asked about Madonna appearing on Will and Grace. And all I'm going to say is, watch this.
What was it like when Madonna came on, though?
She was really interesting. Yeah.
In what way?
She was great. She was really great. She was terrific. Period.
This calls for a very rare double drama horn. There we go.
No, she didn't.
Now, because here's the backstory, my friends. A few years ago, Megan Mullally, Karen, revealed Madonna didn't know any of their names, didn't know any of the actors' name on set, even though she agreed to be on the show. But Megan said they didn't really care about that. I mean, their egos, they're the stars of Will and Grace, who cares? Earlier this year, Sean revealed that Madonna threw some shade at the table read. When the actors read through the show for that week. Sean Hayes told NewNowNext.com that he tried to give Madonna some encouragement at the table read, because, she's a guest in their house. And Madonna responded by saying, quote, "Thank you, I live for your approval." Now, let me say, this is a hard pill for me to swallow because I love the Madge. You guys know this. I try to defend her as much as I could. This is indefensible. You are a guest in their house, and for you to be a snot like that, I mean, maybe she was joking, but if Sean Hayes, who has a good sense of humor, didn't take it as a joke, you ain't joking. And you can't act like that. Again, it's not your show. They asked you to be on the show. And at the time, Will and Grace was like a top 10 show. You should have been thrilled they asked you to be on the show,
It's not cute.
No.
I don't like when stars reach a level and we call it like diva and we act like it's okay. But to me, like if you're rude to people, like that's never okay. Like how did you get where you were? You have to be nice to people.
Yeah, and again, come on, Madonna. And there's no reason for you to act like that. And again, everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, but you talk to a lot of the guest stars that have been on the Will and Grace. They will tell you in interviews that is one of the friendliest sets you can ever go on. So you can't tell me that they were mean to you. Those four are so gracious. Anyway, Madge, disappointed in you. Next in the dish, it's been 5 days since Kevin Hart stepped down as a host of the Oscars following criticism of his homophobic tweets from years ago. Well, new reports say the Academy is now scrambling to find a host because, the Oscars are in like 2 months. According to Variety, the Academy's Board of Governors meets tonight, actually, for a previously scheduled meeting. And this will be the main topic. Yeah, shock.
Yeah.
Some sources say they don't have any backup plans and are now considering doing the Oscars without a host at all. Instead, big-name actors would share presenting duties to kind of keep the show going. Now, I have credit where credit's due. You said this yesterday. I know, you're right. You said this yesterday, and I kind of poo-pooed you, and I still kind of do. I think the grandeur of the Oscars, look, it's diminished, but it's still the Oscars. I do think you need a straw to stir the drink. I think you need a host to keep the flow going. So, look, if they do it, fine, but I think it loses something without a host. You disagree?
I do.
Yeah.
I think, with each award, a different person comes up, they do their whole thing, and it moves along, and you just need the announcer's voice. And maybe there's a few like SNL-type skits throughout to move it along.
Yeah, that's
You don't need that one person, especially since no one wants the job.
No one wants a job. There's still a chance they will pick a new host, and several names are floating around. Let's see what you think. First, Melissa McCarthy.
Yes.
That's my favorite, actually. Melissa would be fantastic.
Yes.
Plus, she's going to be nominated for Best Actress. Believe me, she will. How about this? BFFs Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake. I don't know. That's
Clearly,
a little overplayed. It's a little overplayed. And I don't want to get too inside the TV business. ABC will never do that because Jimmy Fallon is an NBC star, and ABC airs the Oscars. They won't do that. One more, actress and comedian, Tiffany Haddish. Yes. Tiffany would be, you know what? She would be funny. She would be funny, but
I don't think she'd take that job.
I don't think she would either. There's no time to prepare. Again, It's like in a week. So anyway, other options would be a former host like Whoopi Goldberg or Billy Crystal. If you didn't do Melissa McCarthy, my recommendation would be pick a host that's done it before to kind of steer the ship and right the ship. Whoopi would be a good host. Whoopi would be great. Yeah. But again, no time. No time. Next in the dish, the ultimate birthday gift for one famous face. Chrissy Teigen just revealed that her dad did something special for her recent birthday at the end of November. What is it? Well, Chrissy shared the news on her Instagram page yesterday. She revealed her dad got a tattoo of her face on his upper arm.
Wow.
That's her dad on the right, everybody, with the tattoo artist.
Does she want that?
I don't know. The artist is the same guy who's done many of David Beckham's 8,000 tattoos. Teigen was turned 33 back on November 30th. Now, this reminded us of, I mentioned the Jason Show fan club. The grand poobah of the fan club is our buddy Jace, who you guys will remember got a tattoo of our logo on his leg right there. Yeah, look at that. We love Jace. Follow him on Twitter, everybody. But yeah, that's not fake, too. I was there. He got it. He got it. Let me tell you, I love you, Jace. We have a lot more to come. Grab another cup of coffee, and meet me back here in just a minute. I'm turning. Still to come, Ellen DeGeneres is returning to her roots with a new stand-up special on Netflix.
Really?
Wait until you hear what she told Jimmy Kimmel about why she's going back to comedy. Plus, we love it when she stops by. The one and only Sheila E joins us in studio. We'll talk about her concert at First Ave, what it feels like to come back to Minnesota, and of course, we always dish and talk about Prince. Then, we're baking up a Scandinavian treat perfect for the holidays. Get comfy. The Jason Show is coming right back.
I mentioned this last week. Sales of canned tuna fish have plummeted. Canned tuna consumption is down more than 40% over the past 3 decades, and the tuna companies believe the reason is because millennials don't want to go to the trouble of opening a can. So we decided to put the theory to the test. And we went on the street. We asked young people walking by to try to open a can of tuna. And, well, this is how that went.
It's been a while.
Can you open a can of tuna fish?
I mean, I'm supposed to know.
I think I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're definitely proving them wrong. Wonderful. Nailed it.
Nailed it, yeah.
Look at that. Do you feel you have stood up for millennials?
Yeah, well, like, we're pretty capable, I feel like, you know?
Yeah, look at that can of tuna fish.
Yeah, definitely.
Way to go, millennials. Our late night rewind. That's so gross. Jimmy Kimmel putting the millennials and tuna debate to the test. That is disgusting. Gross. More hot dish for you. Hey, before we continue, we got a little bit of breaking news in that last commercial break about a half hour ago. Kathy Lee Gifford announced that she's leaving the Today Show after 11 years. So
who's going to get drunk with Hoda every morning?
Seriously. So no more Kathy Lee and Hoda. She's going to stay. She's going to stay through April. Wow. I know, look, it used to be popular to hate on Kathy Lee. If you could see me now. I love the commercial, the Carnival Cruise commercials. Anyway, no one remembers that. The 2 people in the audience laughed at that. But anyway, I like Kathy Lee. I met her a couple times when she was in the Mall of America. Couldn't have been nicer. Just a sweetheart. Let's move on, though. One of Jimmy Kimmel's guests last night was talk show host Ellen DeGeneres. She's returning to stand-up this month for her first comedy special in like 15 years. Ellen talked about why she wanted to go back to the comedy stage.
What did you miss most about it? What was it, that working hard for those laughs, or what was it?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted it to be a different me, you know, because people know me from my talk show, but they don't. A lot of people know I did stand up, but you know, there are a lot of young people. I've been on the air, you know, for 16 years, and they really just know my talk show, and I wanted them to know that I did something different and that I did stand up.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I didn't think about that. There's a whole generation of people that grew up watching Ellen that maybe has no idea of her rich history. I mean, she was once named, her career kind of got a boost when she was named the funniest person in America, which she jokes about was actually kind of like a bad thing because it sets you up for failure. And then obviously, you know, she went on back then. It was a big deal to go on Johnny Carson. She got a gig on Johnny Carson, and Carson loved her. And then boom, her career was off to the races. Ellen's new stand-up show is called Relatable, and it hits Netflix next week. Have you ever seen Ellen in stand-up, Shane?
No, I think her TV show is kind of the first recollection of
Yeah,
her.
so you're proving her right. Go on HBO Go if y'all have HBO Go. They have all of Ellen's old stand-up specials that she did, and both HBO specials are so good, and they're as fresh and funny now as they were back in 03 or 05 whenever she did it. She's so good. She's so good. Next in the dish, a late night video that could definitely pop up on your Facebook feed today. Our executive producer loves this. I waited till the show to see this with y'all. Tonight, your host Jimmy Fallon teamed up with his house band, The Roots, and the coaches from The Voice to sing a mashup of their hit songs. Look at this.
Think you got the best of me. Think you've had the last laugh. Bet you think that everything good is gone. You didn't think that I'd come back. I'd come back swinging. You tried to break me, but you see what doesn't kill you.
That is cool. Jeff is right.
What's Carson doing in there?
Yeah, what is Carson Daly doing in there? Oh, well, he's one of the hosts of The Voice.
But he doesn't sing.
He doesn't. He's just clapping.
pretending.
He's just clapping like the Brady
Yeah.
Bunch. He's like Alice in the middle. But that's fantastic, though.
That's
Kelly,
fun.
I was thinking, we're having this discussion. Out of all of the idols, winners, runners-up, whatever, Kelly Clarkson is, I think, my all-time favorite. I mean, she really can. You know what I mean? Jennifer Hudson too, and Carrie Underwood are like my top
But
three.
like, she's got the whole package.
The whole thing.
Whole package.
And now she's gonna have a talk show.
There you go.
She's gonna do a talk show
When does that
next
start?
year.
Oh, okay.
Next year. It's her and Tamron Hall.
She going against us?
I think she's gonna go up against us. Yeah, I don't know.
Eee.
Well, and now, I mean, they're gonna have to replace Kathy Lee. You know what I was talking about. You knew who I was referring to. Still to come today, a new list ranks our favorite Christmas movies. See if you agree. And Shane and I have a little argument about that, by the way. We'll get to that coming up next. And Sheila E is back in Minnesota. Yep. She's going to join us in studio to talk about her concert tour and more. We love her. She's the best. And she's coming up. Stay with us, everybody. Back after this.
I wash my hair with the Don't Formula shampoo and use cream rinse for that Just Wash Shine. I can't seem to find my toothbrush, so I'll pick one up when I go out today. Other than that, I'm in good shape.
One of the best moments in any holiday movie. Welcome back. 'Tis the season to watch Christmas movies, including the classic Home Alone, which came out 28 years ago. This month, I could have gone my whole life without that statistic, but whatever. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We all have our favorite Christmas movies. Shane and I will argue about that in a minute. But a new poll reveals the all-time favorites. More than 1,200 Americans were polled by YouGov.com. Wow, that's official. To pick their top movies and TV specials from a list of 20. There was a four-way tie for third place between Elf, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and the original Miracle on 34th Street, the original, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Now, again, I'm not quite sure how, I don't know, Rudolph isn't really a movie, but I guess it is a special too, yeah. Now, there was also a tie for second between Home Alone and another classic, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Oh, come on. I mean, the best scene in that movie is when Cousin Eddie is draining the RV hose in the sewer. That is
Every line from Cousin
smoking
Eddie.
the. Oh yeah,
So good.
and then this is my other favorite scene too. When Aunt Bethany is doing the blessing, she's doing grace, and then the uncle goes, and she goes, Grace died over 40 years ago, and the uncle goes, no. The blessing. Anyway, that's my only imitation. Right there. I literally did it. Yeah. The blessing. And then she puts the cat food in the Jell-O. We could quote it all day. So what finished number 1? Well, 2 movies tied for the top spot. One is the classic, It's a Wonderful Life, probably not a big surprise. And I'm gonna hashtag unpopular opinion.
Oh, careful.
I don't love this movie as much as you should. I'm just being honest. Also finishing on top at number 1, A Christmas Story. Yeah, now this is the one where TBS has it on repeat on Christmas Day. You watch it for 24 hours. My Christmas Village at home, no joke. I have a Christmas Village of A Christmas Story. That's my Christmas. Oh yeah.
Really?
I know. I'm such a dork.
You got the leg lamp?
Yeah, I have
Yes.
I have a whole village. When I started making when I had a little bit of disposable income, I wanted something fun and I bought a Christmas Village. I'm so lame. I'm so very lame.
No.
Anyway, Shane and I were discussing Christmas movies. We were discussing Christmas movies on Twitter yesterday, and we had a little friendship disagreement. Here's the deal. The argument was between what modern day classic is better. Love Actually, okay, Love Actually right there, or the inferior The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet. Which modern day classic is better?
Oh, I got a few friends out there.
Okay, why do you think that? I like The Holiday. Let me be clear. Why do you think it's better, Shane?
So I watched Love Actually once, and I was good. There's a lot of characters, a lot of storylines, but on this one, The Holiday, you can really zoom in. There's 4 main characters. You love both Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet.
Do ya?
Yes.
Do you really love both of them?
You have the English cottage, and you have the LA mansion. And
That would never happen in real life, but please continue.
Well, would Love Actually stuff happen in real life? And Love
possibly, yes.
Love Actually is kind of depressing. Some of the storylines are big downers, whereas this one's all endearing and fun.
Yeah, no.
I win.
How can you not love the little kid? We have to rap. See, she
come
got
on,
to argue.
Yeah! Time's up.
Are you kidding me? Your
Take a
rap?
break.
She got to argue and you're rapping
I can keep going.
No, Sheila E's coming out, and that's far more important.
That's true.
After the break,
That's
the queen of percussion is in the house. I love this woman. She is a queen. Sheila E is in studio. She's performing this week at First Avenue in Minneapolis, and she is next. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. I love it. Rap.
Time's up.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been 33 years since our next guest. With A Love Bizarre, written and performed with her good friend, the one and only Prince. Sheila E has been a force in the music industry for decades, and she is not slowing down. I think she's actually going into overdrive now. Tomorrow night, Sheila is performing in the main room at a place she knows very well, First Ave in downtown Minneapolis. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our friend, the queen of percussion, Sheila E, everybody! Hi, sweetheart. Mwah. Sheila E! Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
I gotta tell you, I was thinking about you. I was in Chicago over the weekend, and we were at this bar, and we saw a drag show, and this queen came out, Sheila, and the first beats of Glamorous Life came on, and I jumped up like a fool, and I'm like, that's my girl, like I know her, and the whole bar looked at me like, you don't know Sheila E. I go, no, I do, I swear, but anyway, she rocked you. She did you justice. She did, yes.
All right,
she
excellent,
did.
excellent.
I was like looking, I'm like, okay.
All right.
She
better be right.
She better represent, because I was
Come on,
like,
don't mess up.
She did well. Well, welcome back to Minnesota.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm excellent.
You look
I'm glad
fantastic.
I'm glad to be home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You spend so much time here, does it feel like a home for you?
Absolutely. I was flying in last night, and we were coming in, and it was dark, and you could see a little bit of snow, and I just started thinking like, oh my God, this is so exciting. I'm coming home and celebrating my birthday here, and it's just like, I just started getting emotional. It's like, living here for so long, off and on, and I come here frequently.
Yeah.
I have family here, and a lot of friends, and a lot of fans.
Yeah.
And this is home.
What's one of the things you love to do when you come back? Is there a place you like to go? Do you have any traditions when you come back here?
if it wasn't cold, even though I know people do ice fishing, it's fishing. I love fishing.
Seriously?
Oh my God, yes. I used to live on a lake here, and on the lake, I was out on the boat every day by myself fishing.
Seriously?
Absolutely.
Does it? I bet it's calming for you.
It is. It's beautiful. And I go out with my friends. You know, my manager who's here as well and his family. We would go out fishing early in the morning, sometimes like 5 in the morning. But when I was living here, like most of the time, that was my time to just go away and just be out. And my assistant, who was my cousin, is my cousin, she would take the megaphone and she'd try to yell to get, come in, you have an interview on the phone right now. And I'm going, get out of here.
I'm fishing, leave me alone.
Leave me alone, yes.
I said it in the intro and I saw you nod your head off camera. I feel, and I've known you now for a few years, I actually think you are in overdrive. I sense, do you feel like you're kind of in a new act, I feel like, in your life?
You're so right. You got that right. Absolutely. This is my next chapter of like what's happening, and I just feel like I'm 20 years old. My body doesn't always say that. My mind says I am. But, you know, I just feel great. I'm happy, excited. We've been working. We've been out on tour. It's just been amazing.
Is it the music? Is it what drives you? When you wake up in the morning, what brings you joy and what gives you that drive?
I woke up was the first thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, waking up in the morning and just thanking God for all the blessings, and you know, I'd say my prayer in the morning, and you know, praying for other people as well. I've lost so many friends and family and people, and it's just been a crazy year. And then I get up and it's just like, okay, what am I doing today? What is on my list of things? And you know, continuing to, like, we've been out on tour, so it's just been nonstop. I was joking, but I wasn't. It's like I only had 3 days off this month in December. And today is kind of like my day off, so I'm here doing press for tomorrow.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate doing it.
This is fantastic. So I just love working.
I would imagine for you, I was just thinking about this because I have some younger people in my life that have recently discovered you, and as an artist, that must be a great sense of joy that there's a whole new generation that is discovering the queen of percussion.
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean by that, yeah.
No, it is. It's pretty awesome because, you know, I'm in a generation where, you know, 61 years young tomorrow, that I've got grandmothers, I've got, you know, mothers and then their kids, and then, you know, the next generation is like, oh my God, my mom loves you. And I'm like, oh, my grandmother loves you. I was like, how old do you think I, but yes, that next generation of people, they're just discovering me. So I can't quit now. I got to go.
Yes.
I got to move. I got to show them.
Well, I was just thinking about this. The intro to you in Chicago was a younger MC, and they were like, she is the best. She is the queen. And I was like, this youngin' is showering love on Sheila, and I loved that. I just
awesome.
thought that is fantastic. So
yeah, it is.
I was mentioning First Ave. What does that place mean to you?
Wow, a lot of memories. The first time I performed there, I think, I'm not sure that, because it was so long ago, but it was like the early 80s. And this was before we were out on the Purple Rain tour, before we did my record, any of that happened. And we went to the club, and I'm not sure if we saw someone, but once we started, Prince and I, working together and recording songs, we started going to First Avenue to just play the songs, just to check it out, to see what the fans would think. You know, is this song gonna work? Do they like it? Or, you know, having the DJ play the song while we're in the room to see what it sounds like in the place. You know, do we need to remix it and things like that? So that's just a great place, you know, for. Yeah.
It's sounds woo-woo, but there's a magic to that place.
There is, yeah, there is.
There's something about those walls. We have much more. Sheila's sticking around now. If you have to go, and I don't want you to, if you want to see her in concert, she'll be performing tomorrow night, as I said, in the main room. Look at that publicity photo. At First Avenue in downtown Minneapolis. Tickets are available at first-avenue.com. More with Sheila E. when we come back. Stay with us, everybody.
Thank you.
The back queen.
You were just a boy, and when you saw my face, I was just a girl. But I rocked your world, and somewhere deep inside you know you did the same.
everybody. That's our guest, Sheila E, in the video for her song, Girl Meets Boy, a tribute to her late friend, Prince. We're back with Sheila E. How hard was it to write? I think I've asked you this before. How hard or what was the process like writing that song?
During the time when he had passed, and my godson, Michael Gabriel, who lives here as well, he's a great songwriter, and we were in the studio recording another song, and he said, I have an idea. And I said, okay. I said, don't even tell me what it is, just start it. I'll leave the room for a second and I'll come back. So he started playing guitar and singing a little something. And then I said, okay, tag team, my turn. And so I put on the headphones and I started listening to it, and I just broke down going, oh my God, this is beautiful. So I started writing the lyrics and tried to sing the song right away. And it took me like 4 days to try to sing it because I couldn't get through the song. And I wanted to talk about him. I wanted to say Girl Meets Boy because back then I went to see him perform. And so, you know, it was just like, just to show like this is how I felt, you know.
I love the process. So do you hear, Sheila, do you hear the lyrics first or do you hear the melody?
It changes.
It changes?
Every single time.
I'm fascinated by the process of songwriting. I have so much respect for it. So it changes for you.
It changes all the time. It could be in the shower, there's an idea, a melody. At a restaurant, someone says something, I'm going, oh, that's a song. I mean, I get inspired by life itself. And so if I'm around people or something I see, it just changes. The process is never the same. If I kept it the same, then I'd have to depend on, I got to go to the same room, same piano. It's like you put yourself in this box and going, I can't write not unless I'm there. No, you can be inspired by anything. And everyone. Absolutely.
I love that. Yeah. Did Girl Meet Boy, did that come too quick? Once it started, was it just flowing or was it?
Yeah. No, that song was written in an hour. It was done in an hour.
In an hour?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I often think of you when there's because you are my authority. I always think if Sheila E's all right with it, I think the rest of the world should be all right with it. Whenever there's a headline about your friend, somebody is going to do a movie using his music as the narrative. What do you think of it, and what do you think he would think of that?
He probably would want to do something like that because he had probably in the mid-'80s, he had a couple of clubs, and one that was Glam Slam in in Los Angeles. He tried to put a play together.
Oh, really?
A long time ago. And the play consisted of going to the nightclub. Actually, people would come in at the nightclub, and he had, I think it was Carmen Electra and a couple of other artists, and with his music, they would do this kind of play. Yeah, it was really cool. So I think that he wanted to do something like that. I think that would be fine.
Out of all the things, this was the one that I thought, maybe this would be okay.
Yeah.
Do you kind of, in your own way, do you feel, I should have used this word, I think of you as a gatekeeper.
Thank you.
Think of you as a gatekeeper.
Thank you.
I hope that's a compliment. That's the way it's intended.
Absolutely.
Do you view yourself as a kind of a gatekeeper?
I do, in a sense. I wish that I could be for all of what he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm not in the gate.
Yeah.
So, so to speak, and I'm on the outside now. So, I have to, when being asked, I just stay away.
Yeah.
And
spiritual gatekeeper.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
but I'm involved. The family's great, and his family, and they're my family, and this is a lot for them to go through all this and pick up where he left off and help to continue his legacy. That is challenging.
Yeah.
When you're not from that world.
We got to go, but I'll speak for the crew. I mean this. When people ask us our favorite guests, I always do a Q&A. You are beloved here. Our crew loves you. You're one of my favorites, so thank you so much. The great Sheila E, everybody. Don't miss her tomorrow night. Now listen to this. Don't miss her tonight in the main room at First Avenue in downtown Minneapolis. Tickets are available at first-avenue.com, but here's the deal. The audience doesn't have to pay for those tickets because Sheila E's given all of you tickets in our studio audience. That's right.
There you go.
After the break, we're doing a little baking, everybody. A Scandinavian treat that's very popular this time of year. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. Stay with us. Sheila E. Thank you, my love. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, fun show today. Baking is an essential part of holiday celebrations. Every family, y'all have your favorite recipes. And here in Minnesota, many of them are related to Scandinavian countries. Next week on the popular show PBS, show Lydia Celebrates America, our next guest will teach famous food icon Livia Bastiat, I can never pronounce her name, how to make lefse while hosting her at the Eelpout Festival in Walker. Joining us now is the corporate chef of leisure hotels and resorts. Give it up for Max Mraz, everybody. Hi, Max.
Thank you.
Chef, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, we are making kroomkaka. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Okay.
Kroomkaka.
Kroomkaka. What exactly is it for people that do not? Aaron, I'm trying to pronounce things today, Aaron. Okay, what actually is it?
It's very similar to, I always tell people it's like a waffle cone.
Okay.
Would be a similar thing, or a tweel cookie. My wife grew up in New Jersey. She calls it our Scandinavian cannoli.
Oh,
so that
I
would
like
be,
that.
So yeah, we were having some fun last night with some different flavors, so kind of carrying that cannoli through.
Okay. So what are we gonna do? How can I help you today?
So we're gonna make the batter real quick. So right now I have about 12 tablespoons of just room temperature butter in there.
Okay.
And we're gonna crack some eggs in here. It's a really, really simple recipe.
Now, Chef, I recognize this thing now after watching 8,000 episodes of the Great British Bake Off. I now know what this thing is. Yeah.
So we're just gonna whisk all this stuff together. We're gonna get a little sugar in there as well.
So not egg whites, so the full eggs
Full
in
egg.
these. Okay.
The
full
big
egg.
thing with Scandinavian cookie, we don't skip on butter and we don't skip on eggs or fat or anything like that. It's supposed to be
Thank
rich.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you to the Scandinavians. Thank you very much for that.
That's how we keep warm in the wintertime.
Yes, exactly.
So we're just gonna whisk this really quick.
Okay.
And then we're gonna add in a little bit of flour to it, about 1.5 cups of flour.
I gotta tell you, the comparison to a cannoli, I really like that because it really does. It's apt. It's an apt comparison there.
We're always trying to, as chefs, kind of take these traditional things and kind of put our own new little twist on it. And like Sheila was saying in the last segment, inspiration comes everywhere.
Yeah,
absolutely. And it was my wife last night as I'm making these that said, it's just like a cannoli.
Yeah.
And I said, you're absolutely right. It's just like a cannoli.
Yeah. So you introduced her, I was talking about on the show, to lutefisk. How did that go?
Eelpout and lutefisk. Yeah. Eelpout was the big one, but then lutefisk as well. So
how did that go? Because I gotta just tell you, Chef, the show introduced me to lutefisk about a month ago. Didn't go well, my friend.
I heard that you had a bad experience with it.
Yeah.
We're trying, me and a group of chefs at our resorts and at Chase on the Lake and Pier B, we're really trying to take these Scandinavian traditional things that seem to be kind of dying off and putting our culinary twist on it. Because with our talents, we're able to kind of highlight these dishes. And one of the things we've been working on lately is lutefisk. Because people have such bad experiences with it. So we're really trying to highlight a lot of this stuff because we know we can put it in a better manner than just slapping butter on top of it. So
okay, so like what do you do? Because I had it with butter and Chef, I gotta tell you, when the spoon came up to my mouth, the darn thing jiggled on the spoon and it freaked me out. So
yeah, the biggest thing to overcome is texture.
Yes.
So we're trying to implement different textures into it while still keeping the essential flavor of it, but getting people over that texture that seems to be grossing everybody out.
You are. Let me tell you, if you crack that nut, you deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. I will tell you that. Okay, so the batter is done
so
here.
batter's ready, and we have our iron nice and hot on here.
Oh, look at that. That's very...
You'll see a lot of people just do the pan spray, but like I said, in Scandinavian cooking, we don't skimp on the butter. And the best thing for me is that little toasted brown butter flavor when you get it.
No Pam here.
Yeah, no.
No.
So we're just going to brush a little bit of butter on there.
I love that griddle. That's very cool. Okay, so just a little bit.
Yeah, and we're just gonna grab one of these spoons, and we're just gonna ladle just a couple tablespoons in there. You don't need much. Like I said, it's a very thin cookie. So we're just gonna ladle a couple.
Look at that butter. Look at that butter. Pam doesn't do that.
And we're just gonna get on there. And it takes about 2 minutes per side.
Oh, look, that's it?
And yep, and that's what
well, here goes the fire alarm,
and
Chef.
there's the butter.
Okay, Brad, get the extinguisher ready, Brad.
That's what butter will do to it.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
good.
It's
I heard
okay.
Andrew was supposed to buy you a new one of these, by the way. So I see he hasn't done that yet.
Andrew Zimmern has yet to fulfill his promise of buying us a new pad. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. We're going to put out the fire, and we'll be back with Chef Max to see the result when we come back. Back after this, everybody. Oh, God. That is so funny. More with Chef Max as we wrap up the show. Okay, so
Fire's out.
the fire's out, everybody. We're safe, everybody. Executive producer Lori is safe. Okay, so we pulled it off, and now what do? We shape it.
Yep,
What is this called, Max?
Everyone has a different name for it. We just call it the pin. So you rolled around the pin.
Perfect.
But so yeah, then you just, as it's hot, and that's where you kind of have to toughen up a little bit. You're going to have to burn your fingers a little bit. But you roll it right around there, and then about 10, 15 seconds later, once it cools, you just take it off.
Okay.
And then it's ready to go.
And then the different types of fillings. If we can get a shot of this, what are some of the traditional fillings, and what do you like? Putting your spin on it.
The most traditional thing is just cinnamon sugar, just like you would with lefse, butter, cinnamon sugar.
Got it.
That's it. From there, that's where, as a chef, that's where we take over. We have it stuffed with a kind of a Swedish cream, so it has maple syrup, some sugar in the raw. So that, I mean, that's really my favorite. So we have just a plain stuffing. Then we went kind of down the line. So we have one with salted caramel
Which
and
one is that?
chocolate
This
chips.
right here?
Yeah. And then this is pistachio and dark chocolate.
Okay.
And then candied orange zest and dark chocolate. And then lingonberries are always a great addition to it. So.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear a word you said. That is really good. Hey, we got to ask you, we have some video. Leo, roll it. Lydia, this is from the show. You got her to kiss an eel pouch, right?
Yep.
How did this go?
She was very timid at first, but Lydia was amazing to have up at Eel Pout Festival. She was such a trooper. We had a big snowstorm that day. She's out in the middle of the ice. We're trying to cook over wood fire, and she was open for everything. So she was amazing to have.
No offense to that fish. That is an ugly fish. That is
It
not.
is an ugly fish, yeah.
Oh, come on, audience. That is. Okay, now I thought it'd be fun. We have someone from California who doesn't even know any Scandinavian people. She hasn't even eaten any Scandinavian
This is the
food.
true test.
Come on over here.
Okay.
What's your name?
Corey.
Okay, Corey. Which one would you like to try? Which flavor?
Ooh, what's this one on the end?
This is candied orange zest and dark chocolate.
Ooh, that looks good. That looks really
You
good.
go ahead and grab it. I don't want to. Here, I'll hold the mic for you. You take a big go. So you've never had any Scandinavian food?
No,
right?
never.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Enjoy. Welcome to Minnesota. There we go.
Thank you.
Isn't it good?
Really good. There's no calories, right?
Zero.
No calories?
Zero calories?
Zero, yeah.
Zero calories
Low
on that.
fat, absolutely.
Gluten-free?
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free?
Actually,
No.
not gluten-free, but it can be made gluten-free. Almond flour.
Delicious. Thank you.
You're very
Thank you
welcome.
much.
Please take it back to your friends. There we go. Chef Max, don't miss Max on Lydia Celebrates America next week on PBS. This segment and Max's recipe will be on our Facebook page a little bit later. Just search for Jason Show TV. And don't forget, as I said at the beginning of the show, you can now watch full episodes of the show same day on YouTube on our brand new YouTube channel. We post each day's episode along with exclusive clips from the show. All you have to do is search The Jason Show. Make sure you see this artwork right here. Then you know where you're on the right page. And press the subscribe button. Thank you very much for that. Now, tomorrow, I had such a good time shooting a story yesterday, and you're going to get to see it tomorrow. I get skating lessons from former Olympian and world medalist Surya Bonali, the France native. Yeah. Listen to this. You may not know this, the France native and Olympian now lives here in the Twin Cities and coaches. And I will say this, you'll hear more tomorrow, but she is literally now on my list of top 10 guests. We had such a good time. She was dealing with a fool right here trying to give me lessons. I will just say this, that I asked her what the first thing that she does is in a lesson, and she says, I teach people how to fall. I couldn't even fall well. I could not. So you will see that, and she has such a great story. Probably one of my favorite people I've met on this show in the last few years. That interview will be tomorrow. And don't forget, we have tickets for the rest of this week if you would like tickets. Just go to our Facebook page, click the ticket tab, and you'll get a confirmation. We've made it even easier. You're in by 9:30 and out by 11:15. Thanks to this studio audience today. Thanks to Chef Max. Thanks to the great Sheila E. Don't forget to get tickets to her show at First Ave. But right now, that's going to do it for us today. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later on YouTube. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much.